everybody. Welcome to another edition of Paul's Cinema Picks of the Week. And I'm, of course, your host, Brantford film enthusiast, Paul Westbrook. See, that's why I wear the shirt, so that way people know who I am. And it's good to actually wear it. It's very stylish. And so. Anyway, we're getting on to last week. My sister did a show on family films and stuff. Like, they talked about family and the different films that you can watch together as a family. I think that's what it was.
Yes.
Something like a family.
A few of the movies also about the LGBTQ community.
Yes, which we'll be covering in a future edition. So yes, that hence the my sister's pride flag up there. So that way when we cover that subject, and I know some people might find it controversial, but most people actually find it accepting because we do support that. I want you to know that we are full support of it. So today we're going to be doing comedy, and I brought this set called Comedy Kings Collection. It's a DVD collection, 50 movies, and you get all the classic comedians, which I get to talk about. I'll talk about a few of the films inside of it. It's a collector's edition. It's something that you'll all enjoy, and well, let's get to some of the films some of the film stars that are in this. You get legends. You get Bing Crosby, who, believe it or not, actually did, before he became famous as the crooner in a lot of his later films, he also started in Mack Sennett comedies, which were very early. So you get Bing Crosby in some very early comedic roles. You get Danny Kaye. You remember him, the Inspector General. Yeah, Danny Kaye did and he was in White Christmas with Bing Crosby. John Wayne. Yes, John Wayne's actually in a comedy set. Ginger Rogers and Walter Brennan. And then you get the comedy favorites. You get Jimmy Durante, the big nose. That's right, Jimmy Durante, yes. You get Eve Arden, who is known as the principal in Grease, the original Grease. My favorite actor, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and many more. So you get a whole treasure chest of some of the comedy greats in here. You get in one of the sets here. I'm not going to go through everything because there's like 50 of these things in this whole collection, so it's a really big collection. You get Charles Colburn. He was a well-known actor. He's in a movie called Colonel Effingham's Raid. You get Country Gentleman. Freckles Comes Home, which I don't think I've ever seen before. It has an actor named Johnny Downs and Gail Stormer's in it. Goodbye Love with Charlie Ruggles. And actually, I figured out an easier way to do it. It says a lot of the films at the back, so it's even easier to talk about. You get Walter Brennan and Affairs of Cappy Ricks, All Over Town with Ole Olson. And no, Ron, he's not the wrestler Ole Olson, just so I can clear that up so you don't start any wrestling discussion. Animal Kingdom with Leslie Howard. Leslie Howard was Ashley Wilkes in the 1939 Gone with the Wind. Behave Yourself, Farley Granger, Boys of the City. Leo Gorcey was in that. Leo Gorcey was one of the Bowery Boys. Yeah, East Side Kids, movies like that. And A Bride for Henry, Anna Nagel. I've already mentioned Colonel Effingham's Raid with Charles Coburn, Country Gentleman with Ole Olson. Escape to Paradise, Bobby Green. False Pretenses, Irene Ware. Flying Wild also has Leo Gorcey. So there's quite a few films that Gorcey did on this set. Johnny Downs I don't think I've even heard of before, but he might have been one of those obscure Monogram B actors around the time of the 40s and stuff. And Frankie Darrow, Charlie Ruggles, Gangs All Here Goodbye Love, Groom Spurs, Ginger Rogers, the same Ginger Rogers that was with Fred Astaire and all those great Astaire Rogers films. Yeah, the Groom Whisperers, Hayfoot, Heading for Heaven, Her Favorite Patient, Here Comes Trouble, His Double Life, His Private Secretary. That one has John Wayne in it, in a very rare comedy role. Hollywood and Vine, James Ellison. I'm from Arkansas, Slim Somerville. The Inspector General, the one I was just mentioning, Danny Kaye's in that one. The Kid, Chaplin's 1921 silent film where, along with Jackie Coogan, Chaplin plays the tramp. He sort of takes in a little kid who has been left by his mother, and it's a mixture of comedy and pathos. It's a little bit of drama as well as the comedy, so the elements are mixed in. It was actually Chaplin's first real major feature film that he did. The Lady Says No, Joan Caulfield. Life with Father, William Powell. I remember seeing that one on an episode of Saturday Night at the Movies years ago, and William Powell, he's also featured a lot with Carol Lombard in Nothing Sacred, which is one of my favorite comedies. Lonely Wives, Everett Horton. And Lost Honeymoon, Francois Tone. Meet the Mayor, Frank Fay. The Milky Way, starring the great Harold Lloyd. Yes, everybody remembers Harold Lloyd from movies like Safety Last, Why Weekend, and my favorite 1922 film, Haunted Spooks. Money Means Nothing, Wallace Ford. Never Wave at a WAC, Rosalind Russell. She's certainly a legend in comedy. Niagara Falls, Zazu Pitts. Nothing Sacred, the one I just mentioned, with Carol Lombard and William Powell. And we got The Nut Farm. That's kind of a weird movie. It's not a movie about insane people. No, it's probably just one of those little obscure comedies about a farm that they just happen to grow nuts. Palooka, Jimmy Durante. That was actually Durante's most famous role at the time that he was just coming into Hollywood. Peck's Bad Boy with the Circus, Tommy Kelly. Perils of Pauline, Betty Hutton. That's about an actress from the silent era. Pearl White. Rage of Paris, Danielle Dario. Riding on Air, Joey Brown. Road to Bali, Bing Crosby. That's one he did with Bob Hope. It was one of the famous road comedies. St. Benny the Dip, Dick Haynes. Swing It Sailor, Wallace Ford. Three Husbands, Eve Arden. Too Many Women, Neil Hamilton, who was famous as Commissioner Gordon in the 1960s Batman TV series. The Villain Still Pursued Her. This movie took place in the 40s and starred Buster Keaton. So apparently Keaton was still doing a lot of talking films, although his talking films weren't anywhere near as good as some of the early silent films. But that wasn't really Keaton's fault because his creativity was compromised by a lot of the studios that hired him at the time. And so they depleted a lot of his comedic artistic endeavors, and then he went into doing more writing, like screenwriting. He even script writed for the Marx Brothers, believe it or not. We're in the Legion now. Reginald Denny and When the Girls Take Over, Robert Lowry. Now, a lot of people don't know Robert Lowry, but in 1949, he was the second actor to play Batman in a film serial, which I actually have, called Batman and Robin. And Robert Lowry was, like I said, he played the Dark Knight detective, and the costumes were somewhat, in a sense, comedic, too, so you can add comedy to that because the costumes weren't what you have in later films that you would do. But yeah, this is a great 12 double-sided DVDs, so you get a movie or two on each side of the DVDs, which equates to about 50, and are really good. And you always like to have different comedy stars, and if you want to get some of the comedy stars all in one set, you get something like this. I have one called Family Classics, but it's not as good as the classic as the Comedy Kings, because this one actually centralizes more on comedy. And yeah, there's our little dog here again. Hello, how you doing? Yep.
Dobby.
This is Dobby, the film dog. Yep. See, she's even giving her approval on how much she likes the movies. Yeah, I guess she likes you like the movies, don't you, Dobby? Yeah.
Dobby's a boy.
Yeah, Dobby, you like them? Dobby likes them. And now I guess he's showing how much he likes the films. So anyway, for now, this is Paul Westbrook.
And on a comical note,
Paul Westbrook? Yes, and, oh yeah, I forgot, before I go, I gotta remind you all of,
Dobby.
I gotta remind you all of the, just a minute, we gotta get Dobby off the table here, or bed. Come on, come on.
He's a comic effect.
Yep. So, yeah, next week we're going to be doing part 2, which is going to explain about more modern comedy. So, yeah, we're going to be doing some modern comedies and stuff. So, yeah, for now, this is Paul Westbrook reminding you all to like and subscribe to our channel. And, yes, please send comments. We need the comments. We got to have the comments there. And reminding you all that I'll be seeing you at the movies. Bye for now.